Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here with Pastor Victor Brote. We always appreciate having you on. So thanks for being with us, Pastor.
Glad to be here. It's always a privilege.
You know, money can really get you messed up in your heart if you don't keep a guard up and keep it at arm's length. And fear and greed, we've talked about a lot, is things that money can cause. But the Bible gives us a pretty clear message or instructions on where to put our treasure. So what verse do you have for us?
We're looking at Matthew 6:20 right now, and I'll go ahead and read it. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. I can relate to the moth bit. When I was a kid, we had lots of wool stuff. I grew up in northern Wisconsin, so lots of clothing for cold. And one year I discovered my nice warm wool socks had been invaded, and there were holes in it. And I just hated those moths. I loved those socks, but they just got eaten up. They were no good anymore. And Jesus picks some of the most strong word pictures because they didn't have the modern materials that are basically plastic. But do not store up for yourselves treasures, or do store up treasures in heaven. So there's this treasure that we can store up that's a earthly thing that just seems to dissipate and disappear. But there's a different kind of treasure to store up for, and the kind of treasure that's never just dissipates or is eaten up by life, and that's our important focus. So.
Yeah, you know, and I remind myself that those treasures in heaven are real. It's a real place, and the treasure and the life is real. And that's exciting if you really let your brain process that. And think about ways how you put them there. Prayer for how you put your treasures there. Prayer for other people. The ways that we serve God. We're building that savings account in heaven, and it's real, and it's exciting. So I just encourage people to kind of think about that.
I have gone through seminary and learned about every single viewpoint of the Bible. And one thing that really struck me that kind of got me out of the trap is that when you look at the end of the book, Revelation, the angels measure the heavenly city. And that measure is real. It's by man's measure. It's a cubit, about the length of your hand to your elbow, about 18 inches. It's real. It's actual. And it's not something floating out there. This is the place that will be. And it's very clearly described again and again in the Bible. And that's the place where we'll be forever, not just this momentary thing that goes on, but forever and ever. What we do with our finances is eternal.
Yeah, well, appreciate your input as always, Pastor. And thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Take care.